Back from the break. Not playing things too hard there, just even crotchets. What makes this really weird is my timpani patch, F sharp Phrygian. Very simple, but I'm improvising, you see. Now, when I was talking about paradiddles in the last break, and when you start dealing with actual notes and people writing actual notes for you, or the simple act in a little bit of a prog metal band, if the guitarist says, okay, man, I'm playing this lick, and I want you to follow it, as you do in most prog rock, you know, all the way back to Jethro Tull and all of that. You know, one of my favourite drummers of all time is Barrymore Barlow from the classic Tull years of the 70s. And it just struck me one day when I was a kid, he's playing the melody, you know, that kind of thing. He was absolutely brilliant, you know, sort of thing. Hopefully still is, you know, whatever he's doing. But what happens is that was my big in sort of working out melodic drumming sort of thing, of which guys like Terry Bozzio is one of the leading, you know, people. I'm using electronics, and classical timpani is happening as we speak with all of that, and that's Akira Jimbo. That's, you know, he's really made an art of that. Now all of us have access to this because of electronic drum kits. Or hybrids. All you need is a bunch of triggers, and I mean the technology is wonderful. So over here, there's my soul beat, and when I want to improvise, I'm going to go back to my previous episode where I'm turning things upside down. Now, coming into this segment of the show, I was just doing that, and then with my 2 feet double kick pedal on my 22-inch bass drum. Now, I treat one of the things about improvising, that little triple, that kind of thing, gives me a bit of space when I'm playing melodically to get to the next tom. You see, so when I wanted to go from tom to tom, emulating timpani, I was using the feet as a little bit of breathing space just to get to the next one. And the other thing that I was doing was utilising the idea of inside stick and outside stick. Now, in amongst all of this stuff that I'm teaching tonight, the word paradiddles came up. When you're going down the drums, and then you want to come back up, that kind of thing, you can do 2 things. You can put in a double tap on the end drum, whichever the end drum might be, or you can, you can put in a double tap, or you can put in an odd number of notes. So if I just go from the top, I can put in a paradiddle, right, left, right, right. Do you see? Changes the lead hand. So I could do this. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Changes the lead hand each time. That's if you want to keep everything nice and even, let's say. Say if you want 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Paradiddle. Oh, God, help me. Paradiddle. So you get that kind of a thing. Or if you're just doing a fairly fast single stroke roll, what can happen is just an odd number of strokes, you see. See? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One of the great things I love teaching my students is 2 things. Hippopotamus and Gina Lola Brigida. Hippopotamus is a 5-syllable word. Let's say I start on this tom here. I get right, left, and then 1, 2, 3. The odd number changes the lead hand. I come back up, only on left, right, and then it's 1, 2, 3 again here. 1, 2, 3. So I can get this. This is, think of it like a typical 5-piece drum kit. So you get. Hippopotamus, 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 hippopotamus. Because it's 2 and 3, the Indian way, you know, tabla. You see? And then you can use, that's 5, and that's hippopotamus, 5-syllable word. Then you can use the beautiful Italian movie actress Gina Lollobrigida, which is 7, okay? Gina Lollobrigida. So you go, Gina Lollobrigida, Gina Lollobrigida, Gina Lollobrigida, Gina Lollobrigida. Now I know I've got a big drum kit, but I'm only using the 5-piece part, the typical industry standard drum kit. Gina Lollobrigida, 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 Gina. You see? Now, when you're improvising, which I'm going to do right now, coming up with a little bit of a solo. All I've been explaining is now coming home to roost. Now, did you see that what I did there was sequences? Dun, 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 dun. Sounds like the Banana Splits. Aussie cartoon show from many years ago. Or was it even Aussie? I'm not sure. But anyway. Okay, more of this after the break, and I'm going to explain some of the forms that I use in improvising. You see, when people improvise, a lot of other people think, oh, just making it up as you go along. Well, that's true, but it really is a structured format, even down to listening to your John Bonhams and Ian Paces with their classic solos, Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple respectively, all of this sort of stuff. And the thinking that goes behind it, it could be something as simple as, well, I'll start off with the snare drum, I'll build it into the toms, then I'll hit all my cymbals at once, and then I'll fall off the back of the drum stool, and all this sort of business. That's still a plan. But when you're actually starting to get right into music, and some of it being improvised music, like good old jazz and stuff, there is rhyme and reason to it. So after the break, I'll explain that a little bit more. Okay, back soon.